And for the record, this is not my bike. This is not my bike. Quit telling me it's my bike. It's not my bike. All right? It's not my bike. This is my gym. This is my home gym setup or whatever, incline bench with squat, rack and barbells, dumbbells. But just to be clear, this is not my bike. All right? Good. Now that we got that straightened out, good.
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Glam Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what if you have a limited amount of days to train per week. So say you're working shift work, say you do 4 days off, 4 days on, and you're not able to maintain a daily schedule of some sort when it comes down to your training. So this is stemmed from a question coming from a guy named Petros. So thanks a lot for the question. And he asked me, if he only has 4 days a week, how should he structure his workouts, especially seeing as he finds a little bit of higher frequency type training works well for him, but there are a certain amount of days a week that he cannot train because of his work schedule. So the first thing I would say is that you have to decide, first of all, and Petros has already decided this, but for most people, they have to decide or find out, what do they respond better from? Do they respond better from higher volume workout with longer amounts of rest? You know, those guys that seem to respond really well to 3-day splits or 4-day splits. Sometimes these guys tend to be endomorphs, although that's only one variable in the whole thing. There's a lot more variables to consider, but let's just say for simplicity's sake that they're endomorphic and they seem to respond better to bigger workouts and then longer periods of rest to recover and then do a bigger workout again, like higher volume in one session. And others seem to respond to smaller workouts, but more often with less volume or possibly less intensity as well. So depending on which category that you're falling into will depend on which way you should structure your workouts. So let's assume that you respond really well to high frequency training. And when you do like a 2-day split or full body workouts, but you're training 4 or 5 days a week, you seem to respond really well. And I would say what I would do is if I only had 4 days a week to train, I would train for 4 days full body workouts. And I would do lower volume at first just to see how my body responds and to see how it recovers over the 3-day period of time. Now, if it feels like I'm losing my pump and when I come back to train after taking my 3 days off, that my strength has gone down and I feel like my endurance has gone down and so forth, what I would do is raise the volume by a set per workout during my 4-day whole body workout period of time until I find that threshold point of volume where it feels like I seem to maintain my strength over the 3 days off, right? Over that 3-day break. So yeah, you might start off with 3 sets per day per body part, and then you may up that. So yeah, get ready for some longer workouts, or you might want to split your workout into 2 different sessions. So say you find you need more sets, maybe you need 5 sets per body part for 4 days in a row. Whole body workouts. Well, then you would do your chest, back, and buys in the morning, 5 sets each, and then your legs, shoulders, and tris at night, 5 sets each, right? So it's quite the schedule. Now, of course, we're talking to people who are dead set on getting results. Like, results are extremely important. You by no means need to do this schedule. I mean, you could possibly get gains from other types of workouts, but this is the way that I would approach it. Now, if you are one of those people that seems to naturally respond great to intense training with high volume and then quite a few days off, perhaps you just need to up the volume a little bit just to compensate. So basically, you could just stick to what you're doing already and enjoy those 3 extra days off, and then just attack the gym with the highest intensity once you get back to training again, right? So if you're an endomorphic type person, yeah, perhaps the days off aren't really going to affect you, because people who are endomorphic seem to hold on to their gains for longer, and they seem to do better with longer rest breaks, right? So they don't seem to necessarily have the tendency to burn off the muscle, or the body seems to have a better memory to hold on to it. Where they usually struggle is with fat loss. So depending on which category you fit into will depend on what you need to do. But if you are a person that seems to be responding very well to higher frequency training like myself, what I would do is just up the volume a bit and make sure that you're able to find that threshold where you're not losing so much strength or endurance when you come back to the gym after your 3 days off. So where that threshold is, I don't know. It might be 3 sets, it might be 4 sets, it might be 5 sets, or it might be just 2 sets a day. But the important thing is to make sure that you are finding that threshold which is going to give you the best results, or at least allow you to maintain the best results. And again, ideally, yeah, in an ideal world, we would be professional athletes and we would be able to train in whatever way that works, but sometimes work itself takes priority, or life takes priority, and you have to work around that. So I guess what I'm saying is that you have to find out what is the main contributing factor to your results. Some people seem to respond best to intensity, some people it's volume, and some people it's frequency. You know, the immersion method that I will be speaking about in a future video, and I will be putting it out there about, okay, my cat's on the tripod again, get out of here. The immersion method, which is basically subtlety, but easing the body into a certain environment. And I do feel that this is one of the most powerful ways to evolve the body, or to cause it to adapt. But there are certain people that seem to respond extremely well to high intensity and then high amounts of rest, or high amounts of volume and then large amounts of rest. So you have to find out which person you are, or have enough knowledge about your body, or experience enough to know, and then from there you can decide what to do with those 4 days to optimally bring you the best results. Mountain. So Petros, let me know how this goes. This is just my suggestion, but feel free to experiment and see what works for you. So thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalglambodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patient supporters, and take care for now. Mountain.